One day on routine mission over Hanoi, his plane was shot down. He spent the next 5.5 years in that living hell known as the Hanoi Hilton. Like his fellow prisoners, Tom endured the beatings, the torture, the hunger, the years of isolation. He described it saying, there was nothing to do, nothing to read, nothing to write. You had to just sit there in absolute boredom, loneliness, frustration, and fear. You had to live one day at a time because you had no idea how long you were going to be there. After 2 years of solitary confinement, pacing back and forth in his cell, 3.5 steps across, 3.5 steps deep, Tom was finally moved to a larger holding cell with 45 other Americans, these prisoners. Among them was a man named John McCain. In circumstances that defy description, this band of brothers, they kept each other alive, and one by one, they came home. Tom was released on March 14, 1973. You might think that a man who had suffered so much for his country would be bitter and broken by it. But Tom's heart was only filled with love. Love for America, that special love of country that we call patriotism. Yeah. For many, a corny thing. For me, it is more important now than at any time in my life how wonderful it is to be an American, to come home. Friends, please join me in honoring retired Air Force Colonel Tom Kirk. Overwhelming setbacks and impossible odds, and they endured, and their stories are America's stories. We will always come through. We will never give up, and we shall endure, because we live by that moral strength that we call grace. Because though we've often skirted a precipice, a providential hand has always guided us to a better future. And I know that many of us today, we are worried about what we face. Sometimes our challenges, they just seem insurmountable. But here together, at the crossroads of our history, may this day be the change point. Look around you, you're not alone. You